right, bang bang! What's going, guys? To an exciting new edition main event. Talkin Hands, Preston, from the coast, Mr. Danny Betts. Here to break down this weekend's huge pay-per-view card. It's like a whole fight card. It's not just one fight. But of course, the focus is the main event. Rematch: Artur Beterbiev taking on Dmitry Bivol. As always, before we get into the fights for this week, we'll have to recap the fights that occurred last week. And we're going to start her off with Friday night fight, Valentine's Day fight. Just called the Valentine's Day Massacre, as Keyshawn Davis body shots, Bernacek bad. I think round 3 he hurt him bad, and round 4 he just took him out. Speed advantage was too much, and he looked good. Looks like the goods. I think he's right there for a top name at 135. Eventually, I do think he's going to move up in weight. Denny, what are your thoughts on this fight? And hey, Xander Zayas, I saw you posted a ticket too. He got the late stoppage as well.
Yeah, Davis. I'll talk about the Davis. Shout out to Andrew G in the chat. It was just coming out party, bro. As soon as that fight started, I'm like, oh shit, because I'm still kicking myself because I switched my pick, bro. I liked him by decision.
Oh,
Even
really?
though I agree with you too, and I'm like, man, he's gonna struggle with this awkward ass, style or whatever, and that was not the case at all. But Davis looked good. I mean, like you said, those body shots got highlight, finish that he needed to like really get his name out there. He was on the Hawani show.
I did see that. Yeah.
So now he's getting more exposure and stuff. People recognizing, his name and stuff like that. And Zayas, yeah, good performance. He looked good, man. Tough guy. His opponent is tough, bro. He was taking some shots. What I love about Zayas is that they're not recognizing his volume is nuts. Like, I think even on the broadcast, they said I forget the exact number, but I know it's 100 plus. The last 100 plus rounds, nobody has outlanded him at all.
Yeah.
So that's what I love about him, and he's just a technician, man. It's just the power a little bit worries me in that weight division. Even though he does have pop, and this guy, like his opponent was tough. But, he got him out of there. The body work was just nasty. It was the same thing with Davis. Zayas did the same thing, just nasty body shots. And he finally got him out of there because the ref stepped in and said, you're taking way too many shots, and he waved it off. And he didn't. The thing was, it was a standing knockout, but like he didn't throw it back. So
I thought it was a good performance by him, and like I said, great performance by Keyshawn Davis. Hopefully, he gets those big names, and future looks very bright for both their top prospects there at top rank. Moving on, we'll go into the fight that happened last week that we covered, and this is an irritating fight to say the least. Arnold Barboza wins a split decision over Jack Catterall. If you guys watched the video last week or just in general, I'm not high on Jack Catterall. And for him to lose this fight and not to get knocked out down the line was like a kick in the pants. Like, I don't know how to describe it. I was just irritated with the fight. The fight kind of went how I thought it could play out. And, Catterall just looked horrible. Like, he just looked like shit. Yeah, I have no disagreement here. I don't know. It just is very annoying because I don't like him. And I know we talked about.
Well, we don't like either of them.
Yeah, because we talked about the pre-show. I think I texted you where I was like, "Oh, maybe he'll lose this fight."
Yeah, you did.
Then I watched the Barboza stuff, and Barboza was so one-dimensional. Like, Catterall should be able to beat him. But if you rewatch the Catterall Prograis fight, Prograis was landing on Catterall too. Yeah. Like, he just didn't look good that fight until he knocked him down and hurt him. So, what do you think here? You think there's a rematch? I don't know where these guys are going.
I don't know if there's going to be a rematch. I mean, it was a close-ass fight. It was close. I thought Barboza edged it out, so I do agree with that. And like I said, I didn't even bet the knockdown, and I got robbed from that if I would have bet it. Because I thought that was a knockdown, and that would have been huge. I mean, it would have been probably a draw, but still, that's huge for that type of fight, so close. Yeah. I don't know if you agree. I thought it was a knockdown.
Yeah, I don't know if they said did they say he stepped on his foot?
The
When he
yeah, the ref
dropped?
said he like slipped or whatever. And I'm like, what? It was 2 punches right down.
Because
You
I
know,
would say he got hit on the face and he dropped.
yeah, like I don't
If
understand.
they're saying because he stepped on his foot and that made it incidental contact, I don't know.
I didn't even
But
see them
yeah,
stepping on each other's feet.
yeah. No,
I
I thought it was a knockdown too. Yeah, I agreed with that. Yeah.
you know, he wasn't like hurt or anything. It was like a flash out of type of knockdown, but still, that's huge for that type of fight. But yeah, Andrew G, that's the thing. He did look like that, and to look like that against Barbosa, bro, like you know what I'm saying? Like if you're like fighting like somebody like Beterbiev or something, I get it. But
Yeah.
Barbosa, dude,
So,
like
well,
what are you
what's
doing?
crazy is what you said last week, and you watch the fight. He was landing when he was throwing the left. He was landing the punch. He just wasn't throwing the punch. So he let Barbosa in, and Caterall's defense is not good at all either. Like he hasn't really
No.
slipped well. So he was getting hit. So in close rounds, the judges are going to give it to the guy who's actually throwing a little bit more volume, and that's why he lost the fight. Uh, yeah, so I don't know what he was doing that fight. He looked fucking horrible.
Yeah, he looked bad, bro.
So I did see, or I guess they were more discussing on the broadcast. Teofimo might be next up. I don't know if that's going to happen or not, but
I don't know. We'll
it,
talk about that with the boxing news.
yeah. Shout out Nuke
Nuke.
Worker in the chat. Nuke Worker, legend of San Antonio last year for Pubapalooza with the cornhole.
Cornhole chat right there.
Yeah, shout you, Nuke. Thanks for the like, and if you guys could, please hit the like button. All that being said, we're going to get down to it. We're going to start main event down. This weekend's huge epic card in Saudi Arabia. You guys got to tune in, buy the pay-per-view. It's cheap. I think it's like $25. Starting off, main event, we're going to go top down. Artur Beterbiev take on Dmitry Bivol. Current odds at our favorite book, FanDuel. You guys need a book? Please go to the description below. Sign up for FanDuel using our code in the description below. They have Beterbiev minus 134, Bivol plus 106, Fight Goes minus 190, Beterbiev KO plus 180, Bivol KO plus 950, Beterbiev decision plus 290, Bivol decision plus 135. Danny, I rewatched the fight earlier today. I'm sure you saw it too. Obviously, we're going to talk about the previous fight and any adjustments that can be made. But what are you thinking here? You think it's going to be more of the same, or do you think either guy's going to really go like crazy and like really switch it up?
I mean, these two guys are super high level, man. So I mean, I think there's gonna be a lot of the same in a way. But for me, you know, we were both on Bivol the first fight. You know, with the angles and the just the boxing and the volume and things like that, which it was working, working great. He was looking beautiful boxing wise. And then another thing too that threw me off of Beterbiev was the knee injury, meniscus tear.
Mm-hmm.
Had surgery like not that long ago, and it did like slow him down in the beginning. But once he got his rhythm and his momentum going, it's hard to stop Beterbiev, bro.
Yes. Yep.
And then Bivol had a big mistake. He kind of buzzed Beterbiev, like I think it was round 7 mid fight,
Mm-hmm.
and he got too greedy, and then he got hurt bad. And that's when Beterbiev took over. You know, it was kind of like two halves, and I think after that, like just the optics, like even though like Bivol was winning like the volume wise, and even though it wasn't landing like that, and Beterbiev his punches weren't landing all like that either, they were so impactful. Even if it was in the gloves, like it looked bad.
Yeah.
Like, you know, go back on the ropes, then circle out again, and then kind of running away. I'll try boxing him again. And then when he did engage, it would be for too long, and then he would get clipped again. Like, it was just like... And in the beginning, and the first time I was watching that live, you know, maybe it was because I had bet on him. I actually thought that Bivol pulled it off. But I was standing up screaming. Like, I'm like, move! Move! Round 9, 10, 11, 12.
Yeah.
I'm like, stick and move, and clinch. He wasn't clinching enough. He was getting tired because eventually, like mid-fight, Beterbiev was landing those body shots. And that's
Mm-hmm.
one thing you got to do when you want to, like, when you're fighting somebody that has a lot of movement and likes to box and move around, take those legs away, man. With how you do that, body shots, And that's what finally he started late too. Beterbiev started doing that like round 4 or 5 maybe at the earliest. But we watching it again. I thought Beterbiev won, man. Just
Yeah.
because he closed the fight way better, and that's what I thought initially. But I thought Bivol did enough. So when I really sat down and scored it, like, cause I have a bet, so I'm not really like watching this live scoring it like too much. Like, I could do so much, but I'm not looking for every little thing. I'm looking at
Yeah.
Bivol more like, hey, do this, do that.
Yeah.
So when I actually scored it, I thought Beterbiev won, by like 2 rounds. Close fight. I thought he landed the bigger punches, just the momentum hurt him more multiple times. And Bivol just gave up with those late rounds, bro. That's what lost him this fight. He those last 3-4 rounds, like he didn't give up, but like he didn't do enough to win those rounds, man. Beterbiev, like I said, once he starts going, he ain't stopping.
Yeah.
It's kind of like Benavidez, same way I was talking about him. Like once he starts going, that second half, it's like it's curtains. Same thing with Usyk. Usyk's one of the best, or the best closer in the game, in my opinion. But yeah, in this fight, I gotta go with Beterbiev. I like him money line. I'm still waiting though, because there's some you could get him -120 in some spots. I want to see where that line goes. Maybe it gets to a pick 'em. I don't think he's gonna get to an underdog. So I would do it now, -120, or maybe just wait a little bit, -110. But with 4 more months, 5 more months for his knee to get even more better, you know what I'm saying? Like he wasn't. I don't care what anybody says. He wasn't 100%. That's one thing why I thought Bivol had the advantage, and he still won the fight. I can't. I just can't do it, bro. I can't bet on Bivol again. I need to go with Beterbiev in this one, bro. I got him. If I had to pick how, I'm betting him money line for sure. But like LA stoppage is really, really on the books, bro. Like he did that for me. I think he was probably like 80% in that fight, and I think dude, like Bivol said, I was blocking his punches. They were so hard that my thumb felt like they were going in my skull. Like he was bruised up from those punches. Like this guy, I call him the Terminator, bro. Like he just, you got the Terminator versus the technician. Like, but I gotta go with the Terminator in this one, man. I gotta go Beterbiev.
Yeah. The biggest thing in the first fight, where I don't want to say I overrated it necessarily, but I thought Bivol would be able to hurt Beterbiev, and he didn't.
I did too. He buzzed him a little bit that southern front, like I said, but he got too happy.
Yeah, the power difference was just
too much.
tremendous, and usually 9 times out of 10 I would take the boxer, but yeah, I thought Beterbiev's boxing was good too. He was blocking well. He wasn't getting like caught clean. He wasn't just standing from him getting jabbed. And like I said, the body work was crazy, and just he punches so hard. And we're gonna talk about another guy like that with Ortiz and Madrimov. I think it's sort of similar, not necessarily the same type of fight, but I think it's gonna be a very good fight as well. But yeah, rewatching it today, I actually thought Beterbiev won the first fight, even though I did bet Bivol at the time. I thought watching it, he won the fight. And I know we talked about after the first fight, like, oh, who's going to be better? And I really remember saying, like, I don't think Bivol is going to be much better. I don't know. He just didn't look like sharp.
That was the best. He didn't fight perfect. Obviously, he lost. But what else can he do better? He's talking about, oh, I need to throw more. I need more endurance. I'm like, you were in great shape, and if you throw more, that means more engaging, and that's not going to help you in this fight, bro.
Yeah, I think he'll get caught with some counters bad and get hurt. I don't think he'll get knocked out, though. Because because it's going down now, and I think it's going to continue to go down, is the Beterbiev decision. I still think that's a pretty good bet. It's not as great as it was the first fight. The first fight was like
plus
700 or something.
Yeah, it was plus 1,000, bro.
So, but yeah, I like Beterbiev here. I just think it's hard to beat him. Yeah, I'm gonna take Artur Beterbiev to win, and I mean that's gonna be a crazy fight if we get it. Benavidez Beterbiev, but we can hope. We can hope. That being said, yeah, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say one thing. A lot of people think that Bivol won the first fight.
No, I thought Beterbiev won watching it and rewatching it. Yeah,
and I don't know about the numbers now. I looked at it like a couple of days ago. I seen a lot of action on Bivol, and you know me, I don't like being on the side of a public dog either, because a lot of people think he won the first fight. He's gonna get his get back, and they're talking about a trilogy, which you never know. That's why I might even sprinkle a little bit in the draw, maybe, just in case. And Andrew G said his aggressive pressing style helps in the judges' eyes for Beterbiev. Exactly. It depends what type of judge, though, because some people like, technicians controlling the ring, throwing the jab. And some people just don't like the pressure. And it's got to be effective aggressiveness, which Beterbiev is a king at.
Yeah.
And then you got guys like Brandon Figueroa, perfect example. He's aggressive, sloppy as hell, not effective, and getting countered. It's totally different. But yeah, I gotta take Beterbiev in this one. Go ahead, Pete.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think Beterbiev is going to win. I think he's probably going to win a decision as well. I just think Bivol is technically sound enough to not get knocked out. But yeah, I mean, anyone can get knocked out to the body. We see it happen every week pretty much in boxing. I mean, so we're going to move on. Co-main event. This is a big-time fight, too. Daniel Dubois taking on Joseph Parker. Current odds, FanDuel. Dubois minus 270. Parker plus 200. Fight goes is plus 142. Dubois KO minus 135. Parker KO plus 700. Both guys on sort of a resurgence, I would say. Dubois with the crazy finish of Anthony Joshua. And Parker took out Wilder, and I forgot who else he beat, but I know he has another win.
Zhang.
Yes, Zhang. So this is a good one. This is a good fight. We're going to get to that fight later. Mills likes Zhang on the card, and he likes Beterbiev. Danny, what do you think here? You think, I won't say the magical run for Dubois, but since losing to Usyk, he's been a lot better, and he's looked very good. But Parker too has looked good. What do you think here, Danny?
No, you said it perfect. You said this is a fight of a resurgence, pretty much. Both of their careers, I was one of them calling Dubois a quitter.
Yeah,
which he did a couple times. I've made money fading him. I've also lost money trying to fade him. And Parker, I've actually, if I'm not mistaken, I'm undefeated. I think I won like 3 of my bets with him, especially the last 2, which were crazy. I called it to a T. I said, if you survive the first 6 rounds with Zhang, I'm live betting him. I'm live betting him by decision. I got like a plus 130, plus 1,000. I forget the money now. It was a nice price too. I got receipts. Go check my Twitter. I already retweeted it today. But yeah, this one is probably the hardest fight for me to call. I'll be honest. Cause line wise, you got Dubois like minus 250, 215, something like that. Shout out to G. Shout out to Mills in the chat. And Dubois has been killing it now. I can't call him a quitter no more. Like this guy, people forget he's like 26, young as hell.
Yeah.
And everybody's different, but one thing in common when it comes to sports, especially fighting, mentality is humongous. And now this is a different Dubois, bro. Dubois just knocked the shit out of. He beat Joshua's ass.
Yeah.
And yes, his confidence, bro. Like the way he talks, is just totally different. This ain't the same Dubois. And now Parker, he is tough, gritty. Been knocked down multiple times by Wilder, by Zhang. Got back up, outboxed him, hurt him. Dude's tough as nails too. He's just, he's always been like that though. I never question him because he's always been like that. Tough boxer, good endurance, good movement. Not the craziest power or anything like that. Like Dubois is gonna have the bigger power advantage. He's kind of like Zhang in a way. Dubois I think, except 2 of his KOs are in the first 6 rounds.
Yeah,
He's got 2 KOs after that. So obviously Parker is gonna have a little bit more endurance. He's been in decision more, and this is a tough fight, man. I'm still back and forth. I'm not gonna lie. Right now, if I had to pick, I think it's Dubois. And call me crazy, but like the bet I will place, if I did, I don't even think I am. I might just pass on this one. I think this goes the distance, man. Just the grit I've been seeing with Dubois shows me that he could go the distance, and his power carries now.
yeah,
And Parker is just one tough
Yep.
SOB, and he's a good boxer. He's gonna move. He's not stupid. See, he's great at game planning. He knows that Dubois', first 6 rounds are going to be, real hectic, the same way as Zhang. So he's been there, done that. So I could see this, like, Parker trying to make this fight a little bit more slower pace, stick and move, clinch when he has to. And then it's going to get really, really gritty, like in the mid rounds to late. It'll be a sweat, but I think it goes to decision. I think Dubois edges it out. It's going to be stories of 2 halves. And I think, like, that type of fight, I think Dubois wins, like, 7-5.
yeah. I actually like Dubois here. Not like a whole lot, but just the way he's been fighting, what he did to Hrgovic, like he beat the hell out of him, man. And Hrgovic, I thought was a really talented boxer, but Dubois really beat him up bad. And then obviously we saw what he did to Joshua. My biggest issue with Joseph Parker is he can get hurt and dropped. And the way Dubois has been fighting, and Dubois has been fighting a little bit more behind a jab. He has a decent jab. And like you said, I think Parker gives up a lot of rounds. And you see Zeus the Great here likes Parker money line. I actually think if you like Parker, I think the decision's better. But
yeah, I would do the same thing I did with the Zhang fight. Bet it live. Wait till like round 4, round 5, and then get a way better number.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
Shalmari Barrios, of course, in the chat. Real Lou Prime, always appreciated. Yeah, I think Dubois. I don't mind what you said there with Dubois decision. Dubois decision's like plus 450 or something right now.
Yeah, it's like a half unit, and then sprinkle the late props. Can't go wrong. But it's probably a pass for me. This is why, P. Do you know who knocked out both of these guys?
Oh, Joe Joyce.
Joe Joyce, and these two dudes are fighting for a championship belt. Like that just tells you right there that with these 3, anything can happen. And like when I don't have like a strong read, like I did with the Zhang fight, cause Zhang he gasses out bad. Like
that was pretty.
You know what I'm saying? So it was way more predictable for me, and like. In this fight, Dubois he's not Zhang. He's not gonna do that. Like it's a tough fight. And what I love about this card, every fight's 12 rounds.
Yeah.
Every single fight. So it might be like a live spot for me. I don't know, man. It's a tough one, man. And then you got the whole. If you want to talk boxing politics, who you think they want to win?
Oh yeah, Dubois.
Yeah, I think Dubois. Yeah. People want to see Usyk rematch. A lot of people thought, that was a knockdown, not a low blow, blah blah blah. He went in the ring again, after that Usyk fight with Fury the second time, and called him out. And Usyk said, "Yeah, just make it happen." He literally said, "Turkey out of his shoe, make this happen."
Yeah.
So if it goes to the scorecards, which I think it could, yeah. So that's what makes me lean to Dubois, and at that number too, that's a nice little number.
Yeah, because I was looking, like there's not like this isn't even value. Like Joseph Parker to be knocked down, which I think will happen, is minus 182.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean,
So
because he's been knocked down what 4 times in the last 2 fights.
yeah, so it's just yeah. I just think Dubois is going to find a way to get it done. Just what he did to Joshua was shocking.
Dude,
Like how badly he like beat the shit out of Joshua. Where I'm not even a huge Joshua fan, but he
they
beat
got
up
their ass whipped, bro.
who did Joshua? The UFC guy, Ngannou,
Ngannou,
right?
yeah.
Yeah, he killed Ngannou, so he was all high and mighty, and then he just looked horrible that fight. But yeah, I like Dubois here.
It's like Zeus is probably proving my point in a way. And shout out to you if you're taking Parker money line. Good luck. I'm probably not betting this fight, but that's where I think I see a lot of that now on Twitter. Oh, my underdog's gonna be Parker. My underdog's gonna be Parker. When I was like the only one saying that the last 2 fights, and now everybody's jumping on the bandwagon with Parker. Is he gonna do it for the 3rd time in a row as a big underdog? I don't think so. I'm hoping for it. I'd rather have Parker as a fan. I'd rather have Parker win. I like the guy. I think he deserves it, man. He's like one of those guys you root for. Um, but it's just like I don't know. I just can't do it, bro. I can't get in front of this new Dubois right now. I mean, if you give me Usyk, then hell yeah. But I don't know.
Yeah, and what I'll say too, they're good wins, Zhang and Wilder, but Wilder's like been shot for 4 years. Like,
yeah, real quick, I was just gonna answer Mill's question. Parker just beat Wilder, and he beat your boy Zhang.
yeah, and Zhang is a literal one-trick pony. Like, if he doesn't knock you out, he's got. And there's no way Zhang's like 50 years old. He's not like 41 or whatever they say.
Even UFC? I don't know why people always go at the Asians and think they're older than what it is. They're not Dominican. Those Dominicans you got.
Well, yeah, we're gonna get to him. What's his face? Adamas. He looks like he's 45. Yeah.
Luis Ortiz, the Cubans, like, come on, that motherfucker's 55 or 52.
Oh yeah. But yeah, no, I mean, yeah, like you said, Parker fought Zhang Wilder, and then back in the day, Joe Joyce. So
yeah.
We'll move on from that fight to what I think's the fight of the card.
God, this one's gonna be going too.
Virgil
I don't know, bro.
Well, this and then the next one.
Yeah, the next one too.
I don't know. We'll see. This could be my best bet, actually.
I'm so excited, man.
For this one, Virgil Ortiz taking on Israel Madrimov. What we have for odds? We have Virgil Ortiz short favorite -124, Madrimov -102. Fight goes -190, doesn't go +148. Madrimov KO +330. Virgil +360 KO. Madrimov decision +230. Virgil +175. If you guys know, well, Madrimov just fought Crawford, and Virgil just fought Boyachuk. Madrimov lost the decision, and Ortiz won the decision. This is going to be fireworks, I think, from start to end.
Go ahead, you go first. Switch
okay, I'll start her off. Pretty clear. My best bet on this fight, and honestly on this card, is going to be fight does not go the distance. Someone is going to get knocked out in this fight. You watch both fights. Madrimov against Crawford. Madrimov was hitting Crawford, but Crawford was tagging Madrimov quite a bit on counters and everything. And when you watch Virgil, how Virgil fought Boyachuk, no sane person is surviving that fight. Like, a normal human isn't going in there eating 100 body shots. Boyachuk got hit in the head
one
like
of the
20
fight of the
times.
year, bro.
Yeah, and then Virgil got dropped twice. I actually like Virgil Ortiz, but he was like disputing the knockdown. It was clear as a glove touched the canvas. So he got knocked down twice. He got hurt a lot. And I think this odds is because both fights went the distance. Big show in the chat. And because of that, I think we're actually getting value on doesn't go. You watch Madrimov's fight before Crawford. He looked really good against another Russian guy. I think it's Kubranov, I believe it was.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about, yeah.
Yeah, and he knocked him out bad, and he hurt him. I think it was like round 4 or 5. And like I said, against Crawford, he caught him pretty good. Crawford's just a much better boxer, and that's where I truly believe someone is going to get stopped, because I don't think Madrimov is as slick as I think people assume. And I think Virgil can hurt him. And obviously, Virgil Ortiz, the way he fights, he gets hit. He's going to get hit 100, 150 times in the fight. So, yeah, I like no distance. I can't really pick a side, because going in, I wanted Madrimov. But then, like I said, I watched the Crawford fight. I watched with Virgil, because Virgil, like, to me, came back from the, not from the dead, but he came back against Boychuk and really took that fight the last 2 rounds to where he earned the decision. I'm sure people thought it's probably like a home cooking type decision, because Boychuk was really disagreeing with the fight, or the decision. But yeah, give me no distance plus 148. That's gonna be my pick for this fight.
Nah, that's your best bet. Tell him.
Yeah, best bet. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that was a fight of the year. Like, well, at least candidate. Berhachuk and Ortiz. They were going back and forth, man. It's nuts. But like you said, yeah, Madrimov, was fighting Crawford, and I was trying to tell people, like, this is not gonna be an easy fight for Crawford. Like, I got Crawford, I like him by points, but just like I said, kind of with the other, these Ukrainians and Kazakhstan or whatever, they got a different style. Especially Madrimov likes to herky jerky, switch stances and things like that. High IQ, good boxer. Doesn't have the craziest power or anything. He's not like a huge power puncher or anything like that. Shout out to Nunya in the chat. But yeah, he did good. He did good against Crawford. I thought Crawford won. Same kind of like the same thing with Beterbiev and Bivol. Crawford did good at the end. Banked those last couple rounds, in my opinion. But then you got Ortiz fighting Berhachuk, and that was nasty, man. I thought Ortiz was gonna knock Berhachuk out, because I've seen him hurt before. He's been knocked out before by a lower opponent, and he was eating some shots, bro. Like you were saying, like. They were both eating some shots, but the shots that Berhachuk was eating, like Ortiz throws, bro, and the volume on the body shots. And then upstairs, like, take that, ran the chin. And Berhachuk was taking it, bro. It was crazy. And crazy fight. I thought Ortiz edged it out too, even with the 2 knockdowns. I thought the right winner won. In this fight, I tweeted something out last week, and I said, recency bias is a hell of a drug. And what I was talking about was, I just talk about that in general, but I was specifically talking about Stephen Fulton. Like, everybody was saying, like, oh, they thought he lost the first fight against Brandon Figueroa. Everybody's gonna he's gonna get knocked out. You seen him get knocked out by Inoue, one of the pound for pound kings right now. Oh, but he got dropped by Castro. He got caught, but what I saw was he dug in, went inside, took that fight over, and went on points. Same shit here, in my opinion. I think this line is crazy to me. I think Ortiz is getting disrespected. I think a lot of people are giving Madrimov a lot of credit now, because he fought Crawford, and remember, Crawford went up a weight class. It wasn't like, it wasn't 147. So people are forgetting about that. Ortiz is a younger guy, bigger guy, even though he's at 154 too now. I think this is, 3rd fight in this weight class. I'm taking Ortiz money line all day. And you want to talk? And we got not the same pick, but we got 2 best bets on the same fight. And I got Ortiz money line all day. Too much volume, too much power, and styles make fights. Berhachuk is a pressure fighter that throws a lot of volume. Madrimov is not like that. He likes to be mid-range, technical, where he can move and do his little herk and jerk and try to use his angles and things like that. Ortiz is not going to let him. He is not going to fight. And Ortiz showed he's more versatile. And in the last fight against Berhachuk, Ortiz was fighting off the back foot, throwing his jab. He could box from the outside. Then when he needed to, he pushed them back, fighting in the inside. I got Ortiz in this one all day, bro. Like I think he wins by decision, but don't be surprised if he stops him late, like around 11 or 12. But I got Ortiz in this one for sure.
Yeah, I just like said rewatching the Crawford Majimov fight earlier. I just wasn't as impressed with Majimov as I think people wanted to be, or like what you said with, it was a close fight because they thought, Crawford should just like wax him, but
Exactly, yeah.
Crawford doesn't fight like
Because
that.
they didn't know about him, and now they're trying to give him credit now.
Yeah. Mills says Ortiz reminds me of Shane Mosley.
What? Shane Mosley?
No, maybe like Miguel Cotto Mills.
That's not the
like
same.
Miguel
Yeah.
Cotto.
Yeah, that's not the
But
same.
not Shane Mosley.
Not even Miguel Cotto, because I mean, style wise, he's not either of those guys in my opinion. But
Yeah, he's I don't know. I won't say Arturo Gatti.
he does
better than
he does a
Arturo
little
Gatti.
of both. He's more versatile than both those guys in my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I think Ortiz is very good, and I know they were trying to build it up. I don't even know if they'll ever make the fight now. Was Crawford versus Ortiz, So
Yeah.
who knows if they'll make that fight? But
I don't think so because the whole Crawford Canelo.
Yeah, which obviously we'll get to when we get to that one. But no, I really think someone's going to get knocked out here. It's just the way they fight, the way Virgil fights, and then way Majimov fights. Because to me, Majimov actually was kind of hands down a bit. He didn't have his hands up the whole fight, so he was getting tagged. Where I know who in the chat was saying he can't see Majimov getting knocked out. Zeus the Great.
Zeus, I think, yeah.
But he got tagged and clipped by Crawford, and Crawford didn't land flush. Yeah. Ortiz, if he lands flush, he's literally put guys out in like a minute. Yeah. Like one punch, and he puts them out. So
it's the body work he does, bro.
Yeah.
That's why I think he could get him late. Because, like I said, that makes he's not gonna have those angles and herky jerky the second half of the fight if Ortiz is landing these big body shots, bro. He's gonna slow down.
Yeah, no, it's a good fight. It's gonna be a very good fight, and like that third fight on the card, which is nuts. That being said,
bro,
we're gonna go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say all these fights could be main events, easy.
Oh yeah, compared to what we just saw, Catterall versus Barbosa. This fight's better than Catterall Barbosa.
Every single one, not even close.
Going on this fight, we got Carlos Adames, Hamza Shiraz, current odds: Shiraz minus 290, Adames plus 215. Fight goes the distance plus 126. Fight doesn't go minus 160. Adames KO plus 360. Shiraz KO plus 120. Adames decision plus 650. Shiraz decision plus 210. Carlos Adames off a win against Gausha, I believe it was, by decision.
Yeah, shout out to Gausha, Cleveland, Ohio.
Watch a little bit of that fight. Not great. Not a great fight. And then Shiraz is kind of I don't say like the new breed, so to speak, but he's been on these cards for, this has to be like the third one, right? Like the Saudi cards or whatever, the big cards. Because he killed Tyler Denny.
For sure it was an ammo fight. The last fight.
Yeah, Tyler Denny. That was in England. That was the Dubois card where he knocked out Joshua. So they like Shiraz, and I think I like Shiraz here. But dang, what are you liking here in this one?
Yeah, Shiraz, man, dude's legit, man. Like, I tried to fade it one time. That shit didn't work out, but because I have my questions, and I still do, because I've seen some fights that he's been knocked down.
This could be another fight doesn't go.
Yeah, this is another fight I'm really, I don't want to say torn on, but like I think I like the Shiraz, the Shiraz side, I think he's got the volume, he's got the reach. Even though he gives it up, and he's willing to go to war with you. That's my only thing that I don't like, because he kind of reminds me of Fandora in a way. You know what I'm saying? Like he stays in the pocket for too long and he gives up his advantages and gets hit, and that's where he gets clipped. And Adames, man, he hits hard as shit.
Yeah.
And we're talking about Dominicans. I don't know how old he is, but I mean, this dude hits hard. Fought the better competition. This is a good test, man. For Suarez, I like him to win this fight, but like, I have my doubts, because I can see Adames. The only way I see Adames winning this fight is by knockout.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't throw enough volume.
Yeah.
Shiraz is gonna throw way more volume. He can win on points, and he can knock his ass out later on in the fight, I think, because Adames is probably gonna get tired, after round like 8. But like that last fight with Shiraz, that doesn't count for me, bro. Like that was one of the biggest mismatches in like the last couple of years. Tyler Denny's got 1 knockout ever in his career. Well, 2 technically, because that was more.
Well, what's crazy is the odds in that fight weren't that great.
Bro, I parlayed KO. KO was like minus 300.
Yeah.
People talk about value. That was fucking value.
Yeah.
That was value for sure. Like, I parlayed that with something else. I forget what it was. But, yeah, Zeus, we saw that earlier. We're going to talk about it in the boxing news. But I got Suarez, I think, by late stoppage. Honestly, I'm not going to have probably like a straight bet for this fight. I'm probably going to parlay his money line, though, with something. Yeah. Or like maybe a long shot. I don't know if I want to do a 2-leg with something, but I like Suarez. He's legit, man. As long as he doesn't get caught, he should win this fight.
Yeah, I like Hamza a lot here. I think he's the future. What you said, though, he does get hit quite a bit. But what I give it to him is because against Ammo, I don't know what the odds were. He probably wasn't the underdog, but I felt like they wanted.
No, he was the favorite, but it wasn't like. It was like minus 180 maybe.
Yeah, I felt like they wanted Ammo Williams to win the fight, and he like won the fight pretty clearly. Yeah, I think he's really good. Like I said, he has the size advantage, slight reach advantage, and watching the Adames versus Gausha fight, his volume just wasn't there. You look at his record, though; he has a good record. He had a good fight versus what's his face? Is it J-Rock, Julian Williams?
Yeah, Julian Williams back in the day, a few years back when Williams was all right.
Yeah, and then I don't know if he beat, but he fought Derevyanchenko.
He beat him, yeah. The only fight he lost was the Teixeira.
Yeah, Patrick Teixeira,
and that was
lost
a close fight
to Zayas, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that was back in the day, too. That was Teixeira when he was younger. Obviously, it was an upset, but yeah, that was another fight that kind of got me more into Shiraz because, taller guy, lanky guy, like Teixeira too, and Shiraz is a little bit bigger.
Yeah.
But I think his chin scares me a little bit because he's huge for the weight class.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a weight, the weight drain a little bit.
Yeah, because part of me was reading those odds was doing the fight doesn't go, but it's minus 160, which kind of stinks. And at that point, you're almost better taking the flyer on Adames KO, but I think Shiraz is going to win the fight. So I probably, if I were to bet the fight, I would take probably the KO plus 120, getting a little bit of plus money, just because I think he's going to knock him out. But it's a good fight. It's a really good fight.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
That being said, move on to the other 2 fights on the card. I bunched them up together because we have Caleb Smith taking on Joshua Butasi, and then Kabayel taking on Big Bang Jang. Smith versus Butasi. Smith plus 164. Joshua's minus 215. Fight goes minus 230. Smith KO plus 470, Joshua plus 330, Smith decision plus 330, Joshua decision plus 110. For people who know Caleb Smith, I feel like he's been boxing forever.
Yeah, he's been. I retweeted something when he fought Canelo. I seen a lot of love for Smith versus what we saw a lot of love for
Yeah.
Smith. And I said, I don't understand this love for Smith right now versus Canelo. I retweeted that shit.
Yeah, because he's a very, I want to say like one-dimensional, but he has a ceiling, like a clear ceiling. And this is actually a good fight for the other guy because he's like coming up, right?
Both of these fights are good, man.
Yeah, because I forgot who he beat.
Willie Hutchinson.
Yeah, that was it. Where that was a close fight on the that was on the card we just saw.
Yeah.
The Dubois Joshua.
That was a KO. I had Sherez KO and Boazzi moneyline.
Yeah. So I mean this could be your parlay piece of the week is fight goes the distance. I don't think anyone's getting knocked out here.
Which one? Boazzi?
The Smith fight, yeah.
I don't know.
You think Smith's gonna get knocked out?
I'll tell you this. I've been on Boazzi for a while, and like I said, I had him parlayed with Sherez against Willie Hutchinson. But another thing, man, I've been following Boazzi for a while. When he fought like Craig Richards, Willie Hutchinson, and a couple of guys before that, he's a little chinny too, man. He gets hurt almost in every fight. Willie Hutchinson like buzzed him bad. Like I know Boazzi knocked him down a couple times, hurt him. And then he tends to get a little bit tired later in fights. And this being a 12-round fight, Smith only lost to two fighters that are way better than Boazzi.
Yeah.
I think this line's a little disrespectful. I really like Smith as an underdog in this spot, man. 34 years old, I get it. But a lot of people, what people forget, like these bigger weight classes, that age doesn't matter. Like, that's where you have to worry about that when you're in the lighter weights. You know what I mean? The power carries later in your years, and 34 is not old. I actually like Smith, bro. I think he at plus 170. This should be like a pick'em in my opinion. And I won't be surprised if he gets a late stoppage too. That's why I was just telling you. It's nice odds. It's like plus 500. It's a little sprinkle for me, but like I won't be surprised. I'm just saying because I've seen Boazzi hurt all the time. I had him parlay, like I said, and I'm like, no. I'm like, come on. And Hutchinson hurt you? Like Hutchinson's not bad, but for him to hurt you later in that fight, that's what got me pissed. Because Hutchinson tends to gas later on in fights, and I just think Smith fought the better competition. Obviously, better Biev and Canelo. Like it's not even a question.
Yeah, the only worry is the inactivity because he hasn't
I know, but I mean,
he is like he's the bigger guy. Looks like bigger.
Yeah, he's bigger.
Longer reach.
What I like about him is that he's got a nice liver shot. Works the body. He's another guy that does tend to like give up his advantages, to get inside and work in the inside. But like at these odds, I gotta take Smith for sure, bro. I'm probably gonna put like 2 units on it. That's probably my underdog of this card, to be honest.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot from the dogs, honestly. Yeah,
I mean, it kind of gives away the next fight, but
oh, Big Bang Jang, yeah.
For me,
yeah, I think it's a fun fight. It's part of me just thinks it's like Smith is there for the payday, just because like the Canelo fight was 2020. Now, granted, it was December 2020, but now it's 2025. He's 3-1 since then with no real wins, and then obviously he got knocked out by Beterbiev, but no shame in that. Beterbiev knocks out everyone. No. So I think it's a good fight, interesting fight.
He buzzed Beterbiev too, if you remember.
Yeah, well, yeah, I don't know. I think it's going to be. I don't know.
This is another underrated fight. Like this is gonna be a good scrap. Like
Yeah, yeah. I'm just irritated because, and obviously, Zeus talked about it because I actually watched uh, two fucking Floyd Schofield fights today. I'm like, well, now for nothing.
I know you sit down like I know everybody's got their own routine and stuff, but I like I sit in my room. Sometimes when my kids are around, whatever, I bring him in. He loves watching boxing and sports with me, so
Yeah,
bring him in, sit him down, and I miss taping the fights. And I mean, dude, like we wasted time, and then
because I thought, honestly, but I've gotten burned on this so many times. Shakur KO, like 7 and
oh, it's not.
KO.
I'm never betting unless they're the only. I don't know. I've only bet it twice. One cash against the Japanese. That was easy money.
Yeah, that was borderline.
But I would never do it again, just because his level of competition is gonna get better.
Yeah.
Except this fight, whoever his replacement is, if he gets one, is not gonna be better.
Oh yeah, no, he'll be minus 5,000.
He had surgery on his hands. He's always has injuries with his hands, bro. Like every fight. So I can't. Something's wrong with his hands, obviously. So I'm not betting on that no more, like at all.
Yeah, it sucks. Okay, from that fight, we're gonna go to the opener fight, which is two big boy heavyweights. Ajit Kabayel taking on Big Bang Zhang. Kabayel minus 160, Zhang plus 124. Fight doesn't go minus 156. Kabayel KO plus 200, decision plus 220. Zhang decision plus 600. We know that will likely not happen. Zhang KO plus 195. I guess Danny kind of spoiled his pick here.
You could go there, yeah.
So for me, I want to say I've been burned by Zhang because I've backed him in spots, faded him in spots. My biggest issue with him is he doesn't change, but he doesn't have to because he's a heavyweight. And as we see in the UFC, you need heavyweights who can win by KO. And if there's one thing he can do, it's win by KO. He always hurts his opponent. I felt bad watching what happened with Wilder, how Wilder got knocked out against him. Wilder is, I think he's done. I hope he's done.
He should be.
I don't know if this is a setup fight for Kabayel because you look at his opposition isn't really the best either. He fought on these cards before. He did knock out Frank Sanchez. Frank Sanchez is one of those guys who you said, like, these older-looking Cubans who...
He's definitely, like, 40s.
Yeah. Who, he isn't... Honestly, he's kind of like a Zhang in the way, because I don't think he's as great as a boxer as you would assume, because he'll get in there and he'll get hit, and that's the issue. Zhang gets hit a lot too. To me, this is a pass. I think I don't know what's going to happen. If anything, this seems really low. Minus 156 for no distance, unless Zhang just... Because if Zhang doesn't KO you in the first 5 rounds, he's gassed, like bad. Like he can barely move, and he gets like stopped. So I think that's a good bet. I guess I would probably take Kabayel KO. What did I say, plus 200? Yeah, plus 200. That makes sense to me.
Yeah. Like I said earlier, I had Parker, I call that to a T when he fought Zhang. Zhang has all his knockouts in the first 6 rounds. Southpaw, power in his hands, obviously.
And he doesn't throw a lot.
Yeah, you don't have to.
It's literally like he lands 5 punches and 1 punch knocks
he hits hard, bro. He's got power for sure.
Yeah.
Agate, he had a couple upsets. He fought this Russian dude from Top Rank, had a bit upset there. A lot of people thought that Russian was like a boogeyman. He's got really good movement, really good gas tank. So totally opposite of Zhang. So I like that. The one thing about this fight, I wish I could have got. This fight opened up as Zhang as the favorite, and Caballero was the underdog. It flipped. I still like it. I don't even care. I think Caballero, this is a great matchup for him. He's going to be way too fast.
Yeah.
Way better gas tank. Can outbox this guy. He's got, what I love about him is the body shots, bro. Like, really good body shots. As long as he doesn't get caught early, I think he wins this fight. But the one thing, Zhang guesses out a lot. But he shows you every time later in rounds, like the Parker fight. I was looking great. I think it was like round 9, round 10.
Yeah, I think round 9.
Parker gets dropped, gets caught with a nasty left hand. And so that power carries. So Aga's got to be careful about that. And I like points, actually. It's like plus 250 or something like that. I'm going money line, but I might sprinkle like half unit on decision for Agate. I think he gets it done. But yeah, it's gonna be sweaty because Zhang hits hard as shit.
Yeah, I just my issue with Zhang is I don't like backing a guy who has such a limited like win condition where if you can avoid that punch, which it's hard, he always lands one. He's gonna land one good one, but if you can avoid it, clinch him up, gas him out even more. Like you said, if Caballero is a good mover, move around the ring, jab him out, he'll win the fight pretty cleanly. And then people betting Zhang are just going to be like, what the fuck did I do? Like, what am I watching? Knock him out, Zhang. Knock him out.
Yeah, he turns into a zombie, bro. Gets tired, flat-footed as shit.
It's so bad.
It's funny because, like, his whole body, like, he's flat-footed, tired as shit. But he's got good hand speed for his size.
Yeah.
That doesn't go away, though. So if he catches you, like, coming in or something, like, he's not going to move. You got to be, like, there to hit. Because he turns into a zombie. He's just like, what? He's like, it's there.
Because, I know we did the show. I don't know if I took Wilder or Zhang in that fight. Like, I really don't know. I probably thought Wilder had, like, one last go at it. But because I just don't think Zhang's all that good. But yeah, I think it's going to be – I think it's a fun fight. They're starting off with a fun fight, and then really the card just gets better and better.
I forget. Is it? I think Smith and Boazzi is the first fight, right? Or is it Zhang? I don't remember.
Just on the odds screen, they have the Zhang fight first, but, it could change.
Oh, okay.
But, yeah. So that's the whole card. If guys shout Connor in the chat. Hopefully see you in
boy.
San Antonio, Popalooza, Connor. Thank you for telling chat. Hit the like button. It's whole card, guys. If you guys, like I said, need a book, go down. Link in the description below. FanDuel deposit, please, using FanDuel. Our code in the description below. That being said, we're going to move on. Boxing news. The big boxing news, of course. Floyd Schofield out of the fight against Shakur Stevenson. Danny alerted me of that today. Yep.
No, I was just going to say, you want to do best bet now or boxing news first?
We can do the news. I really think it's only this, right?
Yeah, I think it's just that.
Yeah, so the candidates are, if you know them, let me know. Musa Ghulam, who is 22-1 with 13 KOs, and Josh Padley, who is 15-0 with 4 KOs. Padley upset Mark Chamberlain. I guess Mark Chamberlain was a prospect.
Big favorite. He was a big favorite in that fight, I think.
British prospect. So, but the guy has no KOs. So,
I actually do know who he is now that you said that.
So one of those guys, I guess, is going to get the fight. I'm not sure if it's for certain, but obviously, if we know anything about Turkey, he'll pay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So
sure. I think
it's a lose-lose for Stevenson, man. Because, like, if people are going to be like, oh, if you didn't get a knockout with these guys coming in super short notice, like, you know what I mean? It's going to be.
Yeah, if anything, he's going to fight even more cautious. He's just going to be.
Right. He's get clipped.
He'll have the excuses of last minute, We just wanted to get the win.
Oh, there's gonna be no excuses, bro. If that happens. It's
Yeah.
not. No.
Yeah, because all he's gonna do is jab the shit out of these guys, and because that's the problem. He's he's very good at what he does, but it's just so one note where it's like he can put the foot to the gas and he refuses. Like you said, he has the hand problems. Floyd had the same issue, and it sucked because especially with Floyd, before his hands were shot, he was like a boxer puncher. Then he just became a pure
defensive
boxer.
specialist counter puncher.
Yeah, where he literally didn't want to throw, and then he would just, bop you. So I just hate it for Shakur because I think he could have been like a superstar type, but yeah, it sucks. So I would be shocked if he lost the fight. Let's just say that.
Yeah, whoever it is. Yeah.
Yeah. That being said, I don't think there's really anything else news-wise because it's all the fights this week. Then hopefully we're going to get some bigger fights. Oh, the other fight, William Zepeda is taking on Tevin Farmer in a rematch.
Oh, yeah, I did see that.
And Bam Rodriguez might have a unification bout with Fernando Martinez, which would be a very fun fight if that happens.
That's going to be a good one, too, yeah. Styles.
Yeah, hopefully that fight happens. Okay, that being said, we're going to move right on. Guys, best bets. For me, I really think someone's going to get knocked out in the Ortiz-Madrimov fight, so I'm going to go. Fight doesn't go. You're getting plus money, getting plus 142, I believe it is right now. Plus 148. Plus 148 doesn't go the distance. Madrimov-Ortiz. I don't think it's going to be quite as easy as Keyshawn by KO last week, but hopefully we catch another plus money winner for everyone in the chat here. Danny, what do you like here? Best bet?
Best bet on the card is Ortiz money line. Same fight, different bet.
Yeah.
So we're giving you two options there. Play both. Shit. Yeah, I like Ortiz money line. I think we're getting a discount just because of recency bias from both fighters. Madrimov overperformed in his last fight against one of the best pound-for-pound fighters, and we got.
And if anything, I thought Crawford was fighting cautious, like ultra cautious.
Yeah. Exactly, and that's the type of fight that Madrimov likes. Like, if Ortiz is Ortiz, he's gonna win this fight pretty easy, in my opinion. So yeah, I like him there. We could go down the card real quick. So I got Ortiz money line. I like Beterbiev money line. Dog on the card for sure. I like Smith. Shariz money line. Not straight or anything. I'm gonna throw in a parlay. I'm gonna give you a parlay pretty soon. And where's the other fight? I forgot. Agate, I like against Zhang. You could probably throw in a little parlay for fun, but my single bet for that fight, I think I'm throwing like a half unit or a unit by decision. And the parlay, I'm probably gonna smash too. Smith underdog money line. Shariz money line, and Ortiz money line. That's gonna get you like plus 550. We going to the bank.
Yeah. No, I like Beterbiev. I like Dubois KO. Probably Ortiz KO. Shiraz KO. Then the other two, I'd probably take Smith and Caballel. I'll be honest, I didn't do a lot of tape on those two fights because of the Shakur fight, which I thought was like a big fight, and then we just lost it. Yeah. So I don't have a huge opinion on that. Zeus likes Big Bang. Thinks Big Bang. If you like Big Bang, I think you gotta like the KO. Because like I said, if he wins a decision, I'd be shocked.
I just think it's a horrible matchup for him, man.
Yeah, I have to watch. I'll be like, that's why I said I have to watch more of Agate just to see, because I do know he had those 2 wins on like these cards, so they're definitely promoting him. And I know Frank Sanchez. To me, Frank Sanchez is a similar enough type fighter of Zhang.
I forgot I mentioned. So that fight, I do like. This is why I think we do have a nice little value. We want to say with Agate points.
Mm-hmm.
because Frank Sanchez, he had a knee injury. He went in that ring with 2 knee sleeves. He looked bad. You know, and Agate got a stoppage later in that fight, like 8th round, I think it was. And I think that's recency bias on that because Agate's not the biggest puncher, and Zhang's never been knocked out. His chin is like legit. It's just that he gets tired. That's the only thing. But the body work might cause him to get a TKO. But I do like the value on him by decision.
Yeah. I mean, overall, if you guys can't tell,
stacked,
which, we did discuss the whole card pretty much. You guys should purchase the pay-per-view. It's on the Zone. It is affordable. I believe it's
cheap as heck for this card.
Yeah. And what's beautiful is it's Saudi Arabia. I'm pretty sure it's early, like 10 a.m., 11 a.m. So you can watch the pay-per-view. That goes right into UFC. Speaking of which, we go right into the UFC Locker Room Talk podcast. Guys, need to get your best bets for UFC. Please tune in to Locker Room Talk podcast tonight, 11 p.m. Eastern, right here at Pub Sports Radio. You guys could do us a favor, hit the like button. Subscribe if you're new watcher watching this. This is a massive, massive card. I think we're going to get some new viewers. And consider joining the Pub Sports Radio membership, $10 a month. Get horse races twice a week, Thursday and Fridays. I'm betting with the bag with Jimmy the Bag. Danny, anything you want to close them out with before we get on out of here?
Huge card. If you can't tell, this is probably our longest breakdown
by
ever.
Ever. By far.
Because so many fights, so many great fights. All these could be main events on their separate cards. Like a lot of action. Just hit me up on Danny Betts with 2 Z's everywhere, social, especially Twitter X. I'm most active. IG, TikTok, my Patreon for my boxing bets, and obviously UFC stream on Saturdays with the boys trying to get that cash. But I'm definitely not missing this card, so I'll probably get there late, if at all. But yeah, smash that like button. We're here on Tuesday, 7:30 Eastern, every time breaking down fights. Yeah,
and Zeus says the Caleb Smith fight is going to be the first fight of the night, which makes sense because it's 2 like British guys getting right into the heavyweights. And so we move to this card to another pay-per-view, which is definitely not as stacked because it's a Tank Davis pay-per-view, but it's
he's been having some good cards. Not like that. This is like we've never seen a card like this.
Right. This is wild. This is
our UFC 300.
Yeah,
kind of or whatever.
I do think when we get Canelo Crawford, September, I think it's going to be. I think we're going to get some crazy fights.
Yeah,
there too.
Probably. Yeah.
So, that'll do it for us, guys. We'll be back next week, recapping all these fights, and then touching on the Tank Davis card. See you guys next week.
Preston's favorite fighter.
Hey, I've turned around on him a bit. I don't love him still.
I know. He's turning you slowly.
Yeah, turn around him a bit. Hopefully we get a Virgil Ortiz knockout for the boys. See you guys next week. Main event, Talkin Hands. Peace.